I was really hoping ordering day 2 that it would come in faster, but we called Adventure Lifestyle and ordered the new Polaris Xpedition. 5 weeks turned into 5 months, but it's finally here. All right, it's time to go get it. We got the Dodge hooked up to this flatbed. We're gonna roll out the Halls Motorsports and pick it up. BP, the color's green. So all their gas pumps are green and their diesel's black. Every other gas station in the whole damn country is green diesel. There's so many people broke down right here in the parking lot because they put gas in their diesel trucks. Big old huge like $500,000 motor home sitting over here having to sump all the gas out of it because they put gas in the diesel because they fucking think it backwards.
How you doing,
Pretty
brother?
good. How are you?
Everything?
Man, what's these things? I seen that the first time on Facebook yesterday.
They're using them all over on the Discover Channel now.
Really?
On that Gold Rush and on several of those things. These things are. This is the hottest thing I got going.
Really?
Yeah, we're selling more of these than we are anything. Polaris is the only thing got turbos so far yet besides
Well,
the Can-Am.
yeah, Can-Ams.
The breathers, these are pretty cool. Got your belt and
Oh yeah, it's kind of like that YXZ in the back, sort of. Just kind of real small, little racing look. I mean, it may not be quite as well built, but it's still pretty similar. Yeah, let's look at it. I ain't seen one in person because they ain't nobody buys one.
You had one on your website. I see it was the same color and everything.
Yeah, we was asking about just talking about them, but we ain't seen them.
Right.
We already have a Jeep, so we're going to compare the two in an off-road scenario and show you just why we didn't want just another Jeep to go off-roading. There's two different Expedition models. They have the ADV, which is what we have, and then have an XP. The big difference in those two is just you got a hatchback or you got like the truck bed like on a Polaris Ranger. And we really wanted this style so we can get everything out of the weather. And we're not trying to haul dirt or nothing we need to dump out. We got this extra hatchback part. We can get out of the weather, sand, dirt, mud, sling it up on it, kind of protect our stuff. So it's got a pretty good storage. And then this back seat also lays down.
All the mamas or parents know you got a lot of kids, you need space to keep stuff. I've never done this before, so I don't know. Did I just pull it? Okay, you just pull it.
If you got a bigger stuff you need to put in here and you're only riding 2 people, you got a ton of storage back here. They also come prepped for like overlanding from Polaris. So they got tents that are already ready to mount up, roof racks, different racks inside. They got the little rails on the side where you can lock in different attachments that they already offer. There's window brackets you can put up there to lock different stuff in to keep storage up higher. That's the reason we wanted the hatchback version, is just to keep stuff out of the weather.
Okay, and truthfully, one of my main selling parts is any kind of off-road vehicle we have, I can't reach the pedals, and if I can reach the pedals, it's like I'm at the edge of the seat, and if I'm all the way back, I can't see over the dash. So this moves up. Let me just get in. If I put the seat all the way to the front, then I can fully reach the gas, the brake, and I can still see over the dash, which is never been an option in anything else that we've had. So that is a additive positive.
This thing is pretty much a car. We got the North Star model, which is the fully enclosed with all the windows, heat and air. We like to go ride when it's hot and cold, and we got the kids and all our stuff. That was really, the Razors were always freezing, so we really wanted that added in. But this just has a lot of options. Of course, we got our maps on here. It's got a nice JBL radio with a subwoofer, which is extremely loud. And we've heard a big complaint that everybody says these are so loud inside, which we come from race buggies that have nothing between us and the motor. We thought it was pretty quiet. And they're like, I can't even hear the radio over the motor. They must have a different radio, because this one is very much louder than the motor. So that's not even a problem. The North Stars do come with a winch already mounted. We have a button in here, and also you can plug it up outside like normal. It does have turf mode, which is one tire if you're not wanting to dig into the ground, but we'll never really use that. But 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. And you do have an accelerator pedal switch. This is just different degree of acceleration as far as you push the pedal down. Comfort is a little sluggish. If you're really trying not to spin tires or do anything in turf mode, maybe you'd use that standard. Seems like where you'd want to ride it most of the time. And if you were getting a little more wild, you could put it on sport mode, because it is pretty peppy on sport mode. Even though it's enclosed, it does have the flip up window. And it also has a windshield wiper, so if that gets dirty, you can wipe it. But a lot of times we're going to tint the front window if we're having trouble seeing, or we're trying to watch something, just, you know, want some airflow, we can flip that up and see better. And this one also does have power windows, and this back power windows too, and they also have down here, they also have their own window controls for up and down, and removable cup holders. If you got a third person, those pop out. In the back seat, there's tons of room for taller people in the back seat. I sit really high in the seat and I've got plenty of room, but they also flip up if you want room for more storage. So we've got tons of storage in this thing. That's always an issue with my wife, because she likes to bring everything. I really like this front end. I think it's a really good look. The lights are real sexy. We drove around last night down the road and stuff, and it, you know, we could see really good. And if you get the North Star version, it does come with the half bumper. It's got stuff you can add to it, but it all comes with this, and they come with this Polaris winch. And it's a pretty big winch, so it'll pull the weight of this thing relatively easy. It's got nice tires, but unfortunately they're too small. But for our for our first trip this weekend, I'm not allowed to do anything to it except take it to the park, because my wife said we had to drive it one weekend where everything works.
And that's the stinking truth, because every single off-road vehicle we have that he's touched don't work. The one that hasn't been touched, messed with, meddled with, nothing, it has ran just fine for years. I need one weekend that I got kids that this thing works.
Look, everybody knows race cars are always breaking down. So that's,
well, the one that ain't been touched still running. So
it's not a race car. So there we go. All right. So this does have a good suspension on it. It's got, you know, really thick A-arms. It does have it comes with high clearance factory, so that's nice. But we are going to take that off. And we've already got axles. We're about to build a long travel kit to start selling for these, and we want to get ours, you know, widened out, I think 7-8 inches. Try to extend the wheelbase forward 3 or 4 inches and rear 3 or 4 inches. It'll look way better. And one thing I wasn't sure about was mirrors. When you're inside this, it feels like a car, so I am looking for a mirror, and it's not there. I was worried about, you know, it being the furthest thing out, but I think once we get these tires out, it's not really going to be that bad. We'll build some rock sliders that actually stick out to help keep trees leaned away from us. So we'll be building a few things that we're going to sell for these. We went down a couple rough trails that we have here on our property last night. These shocks, they done really well. It is a newer version of the Fox shocks. It's still a mount on top of the A-arm up here, but the back one has the rear mount, like is the most desirable way to do it. And compared to it coming from all these trailing arm vehicles that are made to go fast through the woods and ride good, I was really impressed with how good this rode. The wheelbase definitely helps, but these shock setups with these A-arms was really nice, and we get this long travel, it'll be even better. We'll have more travel and more flex with it. It's sad that it really came factory with some good tires. It's got some Crawler XPs from Pro Armor. They look pretty aggressive, good tires, but they're way too small. We get this long travel built, we're gonna go for 35s, maybe 37s, maybe hopefully 37s. I think it would look amazing, 37 sticking out. And when we get that out there, we'll probably add the mirrors on, because now they won't be the widest thing sticking out as we're trying to go through the woods. We'll build some running boards to make it stick out a little further to keep things from just rubbing up against the door so much.
Make them not hit so many trees. Messing up the side.
Before we compare the Jeep to the Expedition, I want to show the couple things that I didn't really like. Obviously, I was expecting from reading all the forums is the back doors, that's really all you get. And it's a little tight getting in. Not for her because she's so little, but for us normal sized people, it's a little tight. And there is a little strap kit upgrade for that. We're gonna do that. We'll show y'all how we're doing that to get the door open a little further. And the other thing that caught me off guard was when I went to stop after doing about 40 on the road, the brakes are not quite where they should be on how well they stop it. I mean, it's fine once you mentally know that it's not gonna stop that well, but I think they could have done a little better with the brakes. Maybe they'll come up with some kind of upgrade for that so we can just feel a little better. We get these 37s, it's gonna be even harder to stop it. A lot of people have backup cameras, and we do have that. But when you're going up hills, you can't really see over the front, especially the taller this gets, the worse it's gonna get. They do have a front camera and you can see right up in front of you. So if there's a ditch or something you're trying to avoid, you can watch it in the front camera. That's a very flattering front camera. Why not a Jeep? Number one, we have a Jeep. If you've ever been off-roading with side-by-sides and Jeeps at the same time, you will know that following Jeeps is miserable because they go so slow. Now, can you fix a Jeep up to be able to go fast? Yes, and you will have way more money in it than you would just buying that. So we're gonna take this through the woods and try to go between 10 and 20 miles an hour and just show you compared how well this rides in the woods to how that rides in the woods at that speed. All right, so here we go. We got a little trail at the house. It's got some stump pole stuff in it. We never really graded it out. So we're gonna hit the Jeep first. And I'm gonna try to get to 20 miles an hour. We'll just see how fast this thing will go through there. But I know it's gonna be very rough.
It'll beat the crap out of you.
Very much. All right, let's go. So right now we're about 15.
Oh, don't hit the tree.
We're still about 10 miles an hour. Maybe 15.
Sam, you're scratching up my Jeep.
We were trying to show them this sucks.
Oh my God.
10 miles an hour. Still 15. 20.
You're ruining my car.
20. Oh, let's go. Keep going.
Oh my
10.
God.
We got to show them how good it rides. Look at this, 20.
Why don't you just go down the driveway on the grass? It's just as bumpy.
There we go. That's the Jeep ride.
I'm about to beat the crap out of this guy.
Now we'll do this same thing. It's gonna be a lot better. All right, so now we're gonna take the Expedition to the same trail and see how much better of a ride it is and see if we can get it going faster. There's 22, and this is way smoother already. 20, we couldn't even get 20 on the Jeep on this.
Yeah.
There's 28. I mean, it's not even hard to maneuver through here at that speed.
Piece of cake.
Easy. So there you go. That's the reason we really wanted to get this Expedition instead of trying to take the Jeep off-road. Plus, a lot of the off-road parts won't even let you drive the Jeep in the off-road part. The local ones anyway. Some of them will, but just you have to go so slow, and it's not as fun to drive in the woods, honestly.
Yeah, and he messes up my car.
I have not heard it as bad as you have.
That's great.
We're gonna keep on building this Expedition up and see how much
how much he can mess it up.
how much we can mess it up, how big we can get it, and see how good it rides then. If you got any questions, hit us up in the comments. You got anything you want to see about it, any other comparison videos y'all may have, let us know.
I wanted to say that's what she said so many times.